You're listening to the Here for the Clout podcast. Here are your hosts, Sherilyn Dale and Cece Suarez. Yeah, baby.
Hello, Clout Queens, Kings, and in-betweens. Welcome back to the Here for the Clout podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chelsea Suarez, and this perpetually perky little popsicle is Sherilyn Dale.
I love that one.
Good.
That's my favorite. Do I say that every episode?
Yeah, except for one of the last times when you got mad at me because you were triggered when I said the sloth, even though I didn't call you said the sloth.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, hard times out here.
Fuck that guy.
Anyways, I have one comment call out. Are you so
It's hard
ready?
to do these right now because we're pre-filming. So
Yeah, because we're actually giving ourselves a week off, which I feel like we should do a week off at the end of July, and then we should do a week off, or like a week and a half off for the end of December too.
Sure.
Yeah. Do it, lady. So
Do it later.
a comment call out we have is from Auntie Nice.
Yeah.
Totally. Cheating talk makes me feel very satisfied in my simple, happy marriage. Didn't marry until my 40s, and it's such an era.
Oh, I love that for her.
I mean, think about it. That's why
I think that's a good idea.
That's that's why we love like the messiness of it, you know, because it's like, listen, it's not, you know, it's okay to have a calm marriage. Like, don't get me wrong, we give it to each other a good bit. I mean, really both of us do with our husbands, and we give it to each other too, but you like it. What am I talking about? But anyways, so like that's fine, but you know, the toxicity of it, we ain't got no time for that, all right? I like to be calm, boring, at home. After we could put the kid to bed, we're alone together. He's in his man cave playing at video games or watching people cut grass on YouTube, I don't know. And then I'm with my Nintendo Switch showing fish to Tom Nook.
Oh, yeah.
Girl. Now I just got to go find some fucking rocks so I can build my axe.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, you're so new in there, babe. I'm so excited for
I know.
you.
It's been amazing. And Tony gets he already told me, he's like, it's so cute how excited you get because I'll be playing it while we're like in the living room or whatever. And I'll turn around and be like, babe, I caught a fish.
The red snappers are always my favorite to catch. Like I like my pants when I catch one. I'm just like, oh my God.
I don't think
I
I've
have so many upgrades
caught
to
that
this
yet.
house that I'm going to, oh, wait till you do, babe. This will really resonate with you when that moment happens.
Well, so the one I got Animal Crossing New Horizons, but it was like a bundle packet. So I don't know if I like got the right one. I don't know. Like, does everyone start out with a tent?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then I build a house.
Yeah, you got to sell lots of stuff to like upgrade your house.
Girl, I've weeded this entire goddamn garden, this entire island. I've been shaking all the
also
trees. I got attacked by wasps. And then this dumb robot chicken, Spork or whatever his name is, was like, "Oh, you look horrible. I mean, whatever you're doing is not working for you." And I'm like, "You're a fucking bird robot. Who are you? What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I know they can be fucking rude.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
I was thinking about it. Like, is Tom Nook, like, is he a scammer or is he a cult leader?
I think he just he was he's like he got his foot in the business early, you know, like he's the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Let me know what your theories are down below. Thanks. Yeah. Anyways, so there's that. Can't wait. So excited. I love it. I've wanted to play it all day long, but you know,
work.
Someone's got to work around here, and it's got to be us.
Yeah.
And if you like this hat, you could get one. Did you know that? We'll have.
Can they get it right now?
Yeah, they can.
Perfect. And it's embroidered?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's embroidered, and it says
Anything
feral.
embroidered.
And then we'll show a picture of the back of it because I'm not turning around. The back of my head is nobody's business. And on the back it says "Damn the Man," and then it says HFTC Media. Because did you know we are media executives apparently.
Big boss babes.
We have Girl Boss Too Close to the Sun, and it literally says that on our website. Well, not that specifically, but it says a quote from from Sherilyn from, I don't even know if you remember you said it, but it says something along the lines of like, we thought we were just going to do like one episode and that turned into a limited series. And then now we started a production company, and it's a very like confused quote, and it's really funny. And then it like goes into further of like more of a professional, like about us type of thing. But yeah, we're super excited for all the other projects that we're going to be doing and working on and all of that. And we just want to say thank you so much for the support on everything we work on. Yeah.
And will be working on. Yeah.
Forever.
So excited.
And ever until death.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah. Forever. And on to you and with you. So we have so many things to cover. I know you have one. I have like 17 on here. And then Kelly actually put together one for us too. Do we want to talk about first a story time where someone's mom had them kidnapped? Or do we want to start with vacations interrupted by racist boomers? Or Allison?
I'll just rage.
Yeah. Oh, I already did. And but it's okay because she's so beautiful when not when she tells the story. The person telling the story is so beautiful, and you're just, girl, that face card accepted worldwide. So that, or Allison, the unhinged employee that got fired. Oh, do you want me to give you a little refresher? There's a random man on YouTube made a 40-minute video about me.
Yeah,
Did he? Did he?
Let's start with kidnapping.
Can't wait. Oh, and then there's also a girl that got like, I keep wanting to say molested. That is the term. That just means to touch. But molested by an employee at a Parrot Mountain and Gardens. So, yeah, we have a lot. We can just go in order.
Holy sh!
I know. There's a lot. So, let's go ahead and see this. It does have copyrighted music, so we won't play that. How it felt when the father of my child got kidnapped in his sleep by two bodyguards. Oh, this hits too close to home. In his sleep by two bodyguards, was sent to a boarding school far away from me, and I was left alone 31 weeks pregnant, not knowing when I'd get to speak to him again. Gave birth without him and went through the entire newborn stage alone. So they're obviously teen parents.
Okay, so teen parent. Okay, now I'm understanding. Okay, so it's the boyfriends got kidnapped in the middle of the night and then got sent to boarding school. Okay.
So it's not, let me just, right when I saw in the middle of the night, in my dreams. Sorry, echolalia comes out. So right when I saw it in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, okay, that's triggered. So that's extremely common in the troubled teen industry. And that way the troubled teen, the client, doesn't know when they're going to leave. And that way they can't like make an escape plan, right? I am very, 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 very happy that my parents didn't go that route. And I was the only one at either place I went to, the wilderness program and the residential treatment center, the ranch I lived on. I was the only person at both of those that their parents actually took them and dropped them off, and like then went to the other place and got them and dropped them off. And everyone says that it was so like started off like so traumatic. And I thanked my mom so many times for that. So Rooted Young Mama, content creator, features life as a mom would be best described as maybe a crunchy mom. Mom hacks, does feature her children in some videos, but often films them from an angle where you can't see their face. Okay.
Love that.
Yeah. And she also shares what her life was like as a young mother and how her life has changed since then for her and her family. I love that. And she has 7,000-ish followers on TikTok. And let's go ahead and play her part one.
Okay, here's the story time that everybody has been waiting for. It's a long story with a lot of juicy details, so I'm going to try to keep it into one video, but I might have to break it up into parts. And I'm going to start from like the very beginning and tell you guys like basically my whole pregnancy journey, because everything is like a puzzle piece. So my boyfriend and I got together in March 2023. I'm living with my dad at this point, and my mom lives in a different state. Somewhere in July of 2023, my dad goes on a 2-month trip to Ireland. Fast forward to September 2023, I'm now living with my oldest sister and her boyfriend, so it's just us three. A few days after I moved in with my sister, I was having pregnancy symptoms, so I took the test and it came back positive. I told my boyfriend and I was happy about it. He was scared and worried.
I need her to tell us how old she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Chit. Because you're a parent of clearly a teen.
She says teen mom.
She still seems like she's a teen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
she does seem young, like just like little angel baby.
And you go on a 2-month trip to Ireland and leave your kid with your other kid?
Good point.
What's going on here?
Which, as he should be, but like later on, he got excited about it. As soon as I got that positive, I went and got a job. I got hired on the spot at Chipotle.
Aww.
I was working full-time, working overtime, pulling doubles, like working my butt off to
Yeah,
prepare
girl.
for this baby. So I told my family, everybody was supportive and knew that I could do it. Once we told his family, it was a completely different story. Nobody wanted the baby to happen. Nobody.
I applaud this girl. That is amazing.
I love her. Yeah, she got her job. And
yeah, that like, I'm being like proud big sister right now. Like I'm so proud of this girl. That's amazing.
Yeah,
and obviously with like, I feel like that shows her character and like who she is with her, how her family's like super supportive and like
right.
and
They're
like
we you got this.
Yeah, and like knowing that you can do it. It's like some, girl, if I would have had a kid that young, however young she was, my family would have been like, you cannot do that. Even at like 30, my mom was like, I didn't know if you would have, gotten it, but you've done amazing. And I'm like, what? Thanks, Linda.
Was supportive. The person on the top of that chain was my boyfriend's mother. Something to keep in mind is that I've never met his mother. I never met her even before I got pregnant because my boyfriend didn't want me to meet her because he knew how crazy she was and he wanted to protect me from her. But I never met this woman, not before I got pregnant, not during my pregnancy. I never even met her until like 4 to 5 months after I gave birth. As soon as she found out that I was pregnant, she started harassing the hell out of me. Calling me, texting me, everything. My boyfriend's parents wanted my parents' phone numbers and stuff to be able to contact them, as they should be able to. So my boyfriend's mother would put everybody in a group chat. My boyfriend's parents are separated, so she would put his dad, she would put him, my boyfriend, and both of my parents and me, all of us in a group chat. She would text on the group chat and she would text me personally saying everything that you could possibly imagine to get me to get an abortion. She did this my entire pregnancy. She never stopped. Like even whenever I was like really far along when you should not be getting an abortion because the baby is like a full-grown baby. She went as far as stalking my mother. She went as far as finding out who my midwife was and texting my midwife to threaten her work. I don't know how she found out who my midwife was, and I don't know how she was able to stalk my mother, but whatever. She bashed both my parents.
Girl, keep track of all of that. I see. She seems smart, and so
I'm
it
like,
seems
do we
like
ever? Yeah, she seems so smart.
Yeah.
Do we ever seats of like this? Can you imagine being a midwife and like the mother of the father of this baby that you're about to like deliver is harassing you?
You would never have. I hope that mother never sees the child ever, because it's like, no, you don't.
Terrifying.
You didn't want them to exist, and it's. A little bit different if it's like, obviously it's a completely different situation if it's like, obviously it's your decision, I'll support you no matter what. If you want me to pay for, getting an abortion, I'll do that, whatever, like I'll take care of you after, we'll do everything safely. Then, if they change their mind, whatever, but like going past the like viability mark, which it's like 24 weeks, like,
yeah,
no.
Yeah.
And also, like, adoption isn't even an option. Well, she didn't want to do that anyways, but still, like, you're going straight to, like, it's just not existing. Like, what the?
Yeah, it's like you're just, like, at that point, I get it. I get being, like, a concerned parent. Like, if, like, I guess we still don't even know, like, what their actual ages are. She looks very young. But, again, like, seems to have, like, sounds like she's never even had a conversation or didn't have a conversation with her to see, how prepared she was and aware of the struggles that are probably going to happen, but that was the choice that she got to make.
Yeah. Like,
who are you? And you want to be that support for your kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you want them to make the best decisions possible, but in that you don't like push them completely away and be this insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, oh, Lord. Nope.
She said super mean things to them. So, of course, his mother's actions have a big impact on my boyfriend and our relationship. We argued all the time. He didn't treat me good my entire pregnancy. He was also dealing with his addiction to this. And a lot of people are saying that
What's
he was
this?
addicted to...
I didn't see the thing. What's
It's
this?
just 2 leaves.
Oh, marijuana.
They gotta be super young.
Yeah.
For someone
plus-
and I am firmly of the belief that, like, anything can be addictive. Like, if you
Oh yeah.
it's more so
Even
if you
just the
have
routine.
yeah, and if you have an addictive personality, but, like, just the, like, addicted to, like, marijuana sounds like that. I don't want to be like, that sounds super immature, but it's like, I don't know.
Just young.
Young. Yes. Sounds very young. I'm sorry, I'm chuckling because in my head, I just made a ridiculous joke of, like, God, try some cocaine like a real, like a real drug addict kid.
Chelsea.
Anyways. Hey.
like hardcore drugs, and that he went to rehab. He didn't go to rehab, and he wasn't addicted to like hardcore drugs. He went to an institution, like a troubled youth institution. Yeah, so I don't know why everybody's assuming that, but whatever. Also,
Who's assuming what? Oh, because of the story time, probably, or like because of the teaser. I get it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
also because people are saying, because she's like, oh, well, he went to an institution, and it's like, okay, well, that's like saying he went to an organization or an entity. Like, that's very vague. And there is a sliding scale of, like, the troubled teen industry. Like, there are therapeutic boarding schools, there are just boarding schools, there are lockdown facilities, there are places that focus more on therapy, more on drug rehabilitation. But realistically, the troubled teen industry, no matter if it is rehabilitation. That's what it is. And so I think that she might not know a lot about that, and that's completely understandable. Why would you? But
Right.
to understand, like, I wasn't addicted to hardcore drugs, and I went to rehab, but
Arguably, I would say cocaine is pretty.
I wasn't addicted to it, though. I liked it a
Oh,
lot.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I
Yeah.
would have become addicted to it if I didn't get sent
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, Alyssa, my best friend that I met there, she wasn't addicted to any drugs. She wasn't a drug addict, but she had done coke a few times. She had done, certain things a few times, but
She was not on the right. She was heading on a path of no return.
girl, me and her both.
Needed to be redirected.
she was able to somehow hack into my boyfriend's phone, and she once read like our private messages to each other. So anyways, I'm dealing with his insane mother. He's not treating me good. We're not in the best spot in our relationship. Everything is just like bad at this point. And to top it all off, let me tell you what happens next. So one day I'm walking home from work, and I get hit by a car. The baby was fine, but like it was just the tip of the iceberg, my last straw. So I'll make another story time about that.
That was your last straw? Was it the mom?
Was the baby born? Was it the mom?
Did the mom hit
Was
you
the
with the
baby?
car?
Was the baby born? Was she pregnant? What the fuck is going on? Where
She
did that
said-
come from?
Is this a hyperbole? Is this a metaphorical car?
I was hit.
Or is this a real car?
Oh my gosh!
What the So this entire thing, like, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think of, like, from the mom's perspective too, because
that bitch?
no, obviously, because telling some, like, harassing your
yeah.
son's girlfriend's family and telling them
Midwife.
telling them to, force her to get an abortion or whatever, like, that's atrocious. That's unforgivable. That's disgusting. But then also it's like, okay, so you had said that, like, your boyfriend was addicted to weed, which arguably experts have said whatever. Some people think it's not addictive. Who cares? But then also getting someone pregnant when you're a teen, not that great,
Mm-hmm.
And it just I feel like some other things that happened in his life that then the mom was like, okay, this is my final straw. We are sending you off. But also there were people in the troubled teen industry along with me. Like me and Alyssa, I don't think we should have been there. There were people there who were there for like hard drugs. There were also people there who were there for like extreme psychiatric things, and they shouldn't have been there either. They should have been like surrounded by padded walls.
Yeah.
And
that's what you were saying, like, so, like the trauma that you experienced there, like you've said you're grateful for it redirecting you because you could have seen like the terror path that you were about to go down. That being said, wasn't probably the right environment to redirect because like there was trauma added to that in itself as well.
Yeah.
Like being harassed, being,
Yeah. I think if I would have gone to like just therapy instead of just, like actual talk therapy, instead of just going to a psychiatrist who talks to you for 15 minutes.
Which is wild to consider because like around that time, like it was, I don't know, kind of makes you like the conspiracy theorist in me, makes me think about, because that was like such an era. And where did that come from and why? You know what I mean? Like that was, nowadays, finally people are coming up and saying like how problematic that was in itself. But like the like mid 90s to the early 2000s, like the troubled teen industry and like shipping kids off, like that was like the thing. I'm like, where did it come from? Was this like a ploy to like, I don't know what the intentions were.
Money.
Yeah.
It's extremely expensive. And I mean,
Makes sense, yeah.
There are places that aren't as expensive, but one of the places I went to was like $800 a day. And then
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then the other place I went to was like $400 or $500 a day. Yeah, it was crazy. And yeah, girl, my entire like college fund went towards that. That's why I didn't finish college, is because I was paying for it myself.
That is okay,
and working,
so when you put those numbers, that is insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paying that much money to get sexually harassed every day. Worth it.
That's nuts.
I obviously don't blame my parents or anything like that. They were just doing their best. They were also...
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, it was advertised it was like, that was the thing.
Yep. And they were also manipulated as well. Would I ever send my kid there? No. Or to anything like that? No. But, my parents tried their best and all that. I don't know if this mom is trying her best, but let's continue. Because she just got hit by a car.
I'm going through it, and everything is just wrong. It's going downhill, just not as what I expected. And I just wanted to leave. I wanted to run away. So I called my mom and asked her if I could live with her. I talked to my boyfriend, and I asked him, like, of course, I'm pregnant with his child. So I asked him if that was, like, okay if I moved away. And he said yes, because he wants me to be in a better mindset also. Because he knows that I wasn't doing good, and everything that I'm feeling, my baby is feeling. So I move in with my mom somewhere in December of 2023. My boyfriend's mom goes silent. Like, she stopped texting, everything. Finally, my boyfriend and I are still not in a good space. We're still arguing. Our relationship still isn't good. We were actually on a break at this point. His mother also continuously asked me to get a paternity test, but I refused because I wasn't going to do anything to harm the baby. So I told her that I will get a paternity test, but it's going to be after the baby is born. And she was like pushing me to get it while I was pregnant, basically insinuating that and she didn't believe that the baby was his, even after my mom and I both told her that my boyfriend is the only person I've ever been with. I also want you guys to know that anytime that she would text me, I never responded. Never gave her like any type of comment or response or reaction. She was just like, it was just her. It was just her coming at me. So before I moved to where my mom was living, I blocked his mother to give myself a peace of mind. So now she is like only communicating with my parents. So on the day that I turned 31 weeks pregnant, I think, is the day that it all happened, that I found out about it. So on the morning that I turned 31 weeks pregnant, I come downstairs, I'm eating my breakfast, just woke up. My mom comes out of her room, has this like pissed off look on her face, and it's like, did you just see her message? And I was like, no, I have her blocked. And so she gives me her phone, and the message basically said, I want to let you guys know that he got shipped off last night and doesn't have his phone, and he won't be back for 18 to 24 months, which means that he wouldn't be back until the baby is 7 months old. And she said that we're not going to have any way of contacting each other.
Wait, that math doesn't make sense.
I see numbers or hear numbers and I
So
black out
she's-
anyway.
She said that she's 31 weeks.
Okay.
So you give birth, let's say 39. So she has 8 weeks until she gives birth.
That's 2 months.
Yes. And the mom said 18 to 24 months.
So yeah, the baby would be like a year, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like 24 is 2 years.
Yeah. So the baby would be like a year and a half old.
Right. That's okay. She's probably like me with
Yeah,
math.
it's trauma still. I just want to. All right, sorry. I was like, what? I'm still. She got hit by a car.
Et cetera.
Oh, yeah, what
I can't even describe like the way that I felt when I read that message, because my boyfriend and I were already in an argument and we didn't talk to each other the night before. So as you can probably imagine, I already feel like complete crap. And I drop to the floor and my heart drops. I just start crying. My mother grabs me and I just spent the entire day, took off of work. I felt like somebody died. That's what I.
Okay, wait. If he is she said he's gonna be gone for 18 to 24 months. So that means that he's most likely means that he's that far away from being. So they're like 16.
Gee, that checks though.
Yeah, because if you're 18, you get yourself out. They can't keep you.
Right.
That's kidnapping.
Right.
Yeah, literally holding someone hostage. So, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I think they're 16. We don't know, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Felt like.
That makes sense, yeah.
You have no idea what it feels like to be so far along in your pregnancy. Everything is already like gone tish. And then that happens and you have no contact with the father of your child. You don't know if they're okay. You don't know where they are. You don't know what's going on. And you don't even know the next time that you're going to be able to speak to them. And during this whole time that I was in Florida, I was working my server job and full time and studying for my GED. So I had a lot going on. I ended up having to quit my job and stop the process of getting my GED because I couldn't function. I had multiple panic attacks and I just couldn't work. And I had to go home early than my flight was supposed to be because I was going to fly back to my dad's house before the birth so I could give birth here with my midwife. So the whole time that I was in Florida after I found out that he left, we had no way of contact. We didn't get to call. We didn't get to text. Then my boyfriend's therapist allowed us to send each other letters. But the letters took like 2 to 3 weeks to get to each other. So now, fast forward, I'm back.
Usually what they will do is they'll take the letters that you write them and they'll photocopy them and then just email them to the person.
Oh.
So that it's faster. So that makes me think that it went through his mom first instead. I don't know, but I'm happy that therapist.
Yeah, it was like, you guys need to communicate.
Yeah, because I feel like the mom wouldn't want that to happen,
Yeah.
but I'm happy that because a lot of times a good therapist would obviously go by their fiduciary duty to the patient and like not let the parent sway what they think. But
Right.
I don't know. This mom seems crazy, so.
Yeah, she does.
Come at my dad's house. I'm getting ready to have my baby shower and I print out invites to send to everybody. And I wanted to print out an extra one to send to my boyfriend so that he could see what the invite was, so that he could feel some type of inclusion on it. And he apparently put it up on his wall along with other family pictures of his family. He then was able to have family visitation, so his mom, his brother, and his grandma flew down to see him. They saw his room, which also means that they saw the invitation on the wall along with the other family pictures. His mother and his grandma went absolutely crazy over that and thought that it was so disrespectful, so they ended up texting my dad I'm so sorry, I have to chop it up into another part. So just go to the second.
On the screen, it said she wanted to clarify it. Like she meant when she said that they thought it was so disrespectful to have their pictures next to the baby shower invitation. It's like, this is another human. This is going to be a part of your family, whether you like it or not. And you're making it worse. Like,
and I'm also not understanding the problem
that I don't know, that they won't have a control of their kids' lives. This kid is so cute. Some of her videos have 0 views. That's weird. Okay, let's go to part D.
Okay, this is the second part. His mother and his grandma felt super disrespected by that I sent him an invitation and that it was up next to their family pictures. His mother texted my dad and basically just completely went off on him and said a bunch of nasty things. So I'm getting closer to my due date, and I am really trying my best to ask if there would be any type of way that he could come home for the birth and then just go back. I didn't know if that was possible. I didn't know if that was something that they could do. They definitely could have sent him home for the birth of the baby, but they chose not to because they felt like it was going to be a distraction for him and that it wasn't going to be good for him, that he didn't need that because it's going to stunt his progress, whatever. And I want you to keep in mind that all of his teachers, all of the workers that worked at his facility, all of the therapists that were there, they all said that he progressed super fast, that he was working super hard, his grades were amazing, he was doing amazing in therapy, that he was working faster and harder than anybody else there. They also said that they have never seen anybody progress as fast as he did since that facility has opened. He was doing good with his peers, like just everything. So we'll never know who really said that he couldn't come home for the birth. There was no reason that he couldn't come home for the birth, in my eyes. Sorry, I missed a couple details. So his mother, I missed a couple details. So 2 years before I even got pregnant.
I missed a couple details. His mom hit me with the car. So yeah, I wouldn't think that the therapist would be like, oh no, you can't do that. Don't you think that would someone up more to not, like, if they want to go be present for,
if they want. Yes, of course. Right.
like, that's gonna f you up more. And if it's all about therapy, like,
and if what she's saying is true too, like about like his like progression and, you know, like taking it seriously and stuff, it's not like they're worried of him being like a flight risk who's like doesn't want to be there. Like it seems like he's okay, I'm doing everything I can to like make myself better. Just ahead in the comments, she does answer that she was 16/17 while she was pregnant, so must have had a birthday. So you were right.
I know how to do math. Okay.
My boyfriend told me that she had already been threatening to send him away because of his addiction and because of his behavior in school and with his parents. But then, as soon as I get pregnant and as soon as I'm on my last 2 months of my pregnancy, then he gets sent away. And maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I just feel like she timed it perfectly. A lot of people are getting upset at me because I'm upset that he went. Of course, I'm upset that the situation had to happen like it did. Nobody wants the father of their child to be gone for their pregnancy, the birth, and their postpartum period. Nobody wants that. However, I am very thankful and happy that he got sober, because had he had not gotten sober, he wouldn't be in our son's life, or he wouldn't be here right now. So don't take my anger for the situation and run with it, because anybody would be angry if they were in this situation. But that doesn't mean that I'm not thankful that and happy that he got sober and that he's in a much better place now. So I am.
Hell yeah, girl. That's so
great head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
And I would like to adopt her right now. That's amazing. And that's so fucking crazy. It took me years to come to that, of like, I shouldn't feel shame for, you know, like, just because I maybe didn't have the best experience, but also like it wasn't a horrible experience, but like I don't have to be mad at my parents. Like, you know, it's so nuanced, and that is crazy that she like is so like set like that. That's amazing. Good for her. Also, yeah, crazy mother-in-laws. Wild.
At the end of the day, I am happy that he went, It just sucks that it had to happen the way that it happened, and at the time that it happened. And there's a lot of people saying that I shouldn't be mad at his mother. There's a lot of other things that she did besides just sending him away that caused my anger towards her. So anyways, fast forward, I'm getting closer to my due date, and we're still doing letters at this point, like no text, no calls. But now I wake up at 6 in the morning with contractions and my labor is starting. So I tell my dad I want my boyfriend on the phone, get him on the phone right now. He gets pulled out of his class and gets put in a private room to call me. Thankfully, he was able to stay on the phone with me my entire time that I was in labor, and we got to FaceTime as well. And then during my postpartum time, we were allowed 1-hour phone calls. Not FaceTime calls, but just regular phone calls. And we could still send each other letters. So after I gave birth, I had the paternity test done, and obviously it came back positive. And as soon as I got that test and I sent it over to them, his parents went silent. Like, nobody checked up, nobody, like, texted, nothing. While I was going through postpartum and everything, my boyfriend was working super hard and trying to get out of there as fast as he could. And thank God he was able to get out a lot earlier than he was supposed to, and he came home when our child turned 2 months old. So right whenever that newborn phase ended. And what a surprise that whenever my boyfriend got home, his mother all of a sudden now wants to be in our son's life and is like, oh my God, he's so cute, like I want to see him, when can I see him, blah blah blah. Like, how insane is that to come at the mother of the child and tell me all these nasty things, telling me to abort my child, telling me to put my child up for adoption, and now all of a sudden you want to be in his life and think that you have an entitlement or an obligation to see him. Like, you literally wanted my son dead. It's just absolutely insane to me, and I'll never understand it. But now, fast forward to 2025. We're both 18, and we have a 1-year-old baby boy who is happy and healthy and just amazing. To quickly answer some of y'all's questions, my boyfriend and I are still together, and I fought very hard for his mother to not be in our son's life, but my boyfriend pushed for it, and because it's his mother and he loves her and he wants to share his son with her. So unfortunately, I'm saying unfortunately because it is unfortunate, because I don't think there's any type of deserving there. When my son was 4 or 5 months, that's whenever she got to see him for the first time, and that's also the first time that I met his mother. I will make a separate video on how my boyfriend got kidnapped, and yes, it is kidnapping. I will make a separate video on that, and I will also make a story time if you guys want on how I got hit by a car. That's pretty much the end of my story. I just hope that, like, if there's anybody...
Yeah, girl, I need to know about you getting...
This is a story time about how I got hit by a car when I was like 4 to 5 months pregnant. So I was walking home from work, and right next to my work there was a Chick-fil-A, and I had to... The way to get home, you have to walk on the sidewalk, and you have to walk in front of, like, the drive-thru of Chick-fil-A, and there was, like, a crosswalk right there in, like, the road, so I was going on the crosswalk. Me thinking that, like, she can obviously see me, like, there's no way that she can't see me, right? So I keep walking because you're supposed to yield to pedestrians. But anyways, I'm crossing the crosswalk, she's coming out of the drive-thru. Don't put that in your mouth. She just full on, like, hits me, and I kind of, like, she hits my side because I'm walking forward, she's coming at me from the side. So she hits my side, and I kind of, like, slam on her, like, the hood of her car, and I go forward on it, because she hits me really hard. Like, she turned that car really hard, super fast, and I fly about probably, like, 5-6 feet. Like, I fly kind of, like, in the air and hit the ground super hard. I was carrying my bag with me, which had, like, glass in it. Well, everything broke. Like, everything was ruined. My bag was ruined. And all she has her child in her front seat, and all she says is she rolls down her window and says, "I'm so sorry," and I cuss her out. She rolls back her window and drives off. Me being so in shock, and it being like my literally last straw of that day because I had not been to stay at work, it was so in shock, and I got up and I walked off and just started bawling my eyes out, and I was in pain. Like, I was limping, I was wet because the stuff in my bag had, like, broken everywhere, and I sat on the curb of this parking lot, and my dad came to come pick me up. Anyways, I went to the hospital and got just a checkup to make sure my baby was fine. He was fine. I had some bruises and some scratches and stuff, but for the most part, like, I was good. And I made a police report, and she did, I think she had to do like customer service or something, or like pay a fine or something, but I didn't get reimbursed for any of the hours that I had to miss off of work because I couldn't go to the work for the next couple of days, and I didn't get reimbursed for the stuff that she broke in my purse. But that's basically the story, and I have the video. I have Chick-fil-A security cam footage of it, but I don't know if I'm supposed to post it or not because I don't know if that's like considered violent, and I don't want anything to happen to my page. So I would post it. I just don't know if I should.
Oh my God. So, she said she had an unmedicated birth. Can't relate, girly pop. Yeah, so then she just goes into the story about him being kidnapped in the middle of the night, and those people are called, like in the troubled teen industry, they're called transporters. And like I said, it can be it is very traumatic. And I'm very happy that I didn't have that experience. But yeah, it's wild. I'm so happy that he was able to get back.
Yeah, and hopefully, I don't know, there's some form of, I think in order for them to like healthily move forward, like, this sweetheart and the mother-in-law, or, baby daddy's or boyfriend's mom, how she probably doesn't want to call her mother-in-law, would need to be like acknowledgement on, I'll call her mother-in-law just to not like avoid confusion, on the mother-in-law's part of being like, wow, like, I'm proud of you, like, sorry, because that involvement is traumatizing in itself, Yeah. He's got his own issues. He's on this, I can't be a support. This is not only a young teen mom, like 16, like I was 19 thinking, how am I going to do this? I can't even imagine 16. She has such a good head on her shoulders that she absolutely deserves like the acknowledgement and recognition from this woman who did not make anything any easier. Like, it was such a hard situation that the only way forward would for her to acknowledge and apologize. But I do think that is important because who knows, like maybe she's a fantastic grandmother, and obviously the boyfriend loves his mom. It's clear that he's not wanting to like sever that relationship, and good for him. You don't want that, and that's a part of him that he's wanting to share. So I do get that, because there's like some issues with people that I know and their mother-in-laws, and it's like I don't always get it, but I want to support it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like, no, cut her off. But so y'all remember that girl who said this? What was it again? A random man on YouTube made a 40-minute video about me, and now I'm being harassed by blah, blah, and it's like, girl, stop. So the last messages that we sent to her was when we were recording that episode. And it said, "Hi, Allison, I'm covering your situation on my podcast, and I just wanted to check in and see if there's been any update with Brian." And she said, "He is sending people to my home and threatening to sue me." We don't believe that's true. We haven't seen anything from Brian like that. And I don't get that vibe from his community personally.
That they're going to go real life. Like
yeah.
That.
And then she said, "His fans have harassed my elderly parents." Okay. And then I said, "Interesting. We're sorry to hear that." And she said, "No, you aren't. Most people trying to profit off me being stalked and harassed do not care at all." And I responded and said, "Okay, wish you the best." And then on July 20th, she said, "People are now making accounts just to harass me about your podcast. So thanks so much for that." She unblocked me to send that and then blocked me again. And so my response didn't go through, but I said, "We doubt that happened. But please feel free to send screenshots so that we can address these individuals, since we do not condone that behavior. You're welcome to call into our podcast as well and talk about this if you'd like. We're filming today." She obviously, like I said, has me blocked and didn't respond or get that. Like, this woman is insane. That's not happening.
People are blocking, or people are making accounts from your podcast. First of all,
how do you know?
How would you know that? How do you know that it's not people from Brian? Do you know what I mean? Like, how are you differentiating who's coming from where for you, if any? You know what I mean? Like, that's annoying.
I've got an idea. you keep fucking talking about it. No one on TikTok would have even known that this was a thing if you wouldn't have made 10 to 20 videos about it, on and on and on.
And
which
went to LinkedIn.
Yeah, and now she has deleted a good amount of those videos, so there's not as many there anymore, but you kept talking about it. And I'm not saying don't say your story, but you need to take some accountability for the backlash
You're part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that you're receiving. Like, so you're mad that we reported on the thing that you did. You should be mad at yourself.
100%.
Your videos got way more views than our podcast did. Like, you're the problem. It's not us. Jesus.
And that was so long ago. Like, she literally she sent that message to you, yesterday? And so when you guys are seeing this is like, over a week ago. It's like, we're not getting new views on videos that long ago.
No.
So you know what I mean? It's usually like people are like, they watch the Tuesday one, they watch the Friday one, and then that's the core that we get within that week's time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you could say like, oh, well, what about the TikTok video? Because like we did clip it, but have you seen our TikTok views? They're garbage.
Yeah.
Come on. It's literally me and Sherilyn watching them over and over again. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. Well, I've had such a great time, and I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you being here.
Ditto.
Perfect. Well, stay feral.
Stay delusional.
Damn the man! Save the empire!
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.